In this lesson, we're going to use bonds to subtract. We're going to subtract one digit from two-digit numbers, including two-digit multiples of 10 by counting back. We're going to use the inverse relationship between addition and subtraction to solve the missing number problems. For this lesson, we will need the words subtract, minus, take away, deduct, cut, and bonds. Don't forget to practice your counting. Remember, you can count from 1 to 100 and backwards from 100 to number 1. You can also count in fives and in tens. Let's solve the following bond. Here we have 3 plus 5. Now, if we put it in a bond, we can say 3 plus 5 equals to what? Remember, to solve this, we can also put the big number in our head and the small number on our fingers. Here, the big number is 5. So 5 plus 3 equals to 6, 7, 8. So now we know that 3 plus 5, or 3 and 5, make the number 8. Now, what we can also do if some numbers are missing, we can use subtraction to help us solve the problem. So, we can use the same bond and subtract. But whenever we use the same bond, we have to start with the biggest number of our bond, which is always our whole. So here our whole is 8, and if we say 8, take away 5, our answer will be, if you count in your head and your fingers, you're going to be counting backwards. So we will start with 8, take 5 away on your fingers. It will be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So 8 minus 5 equals to 3. Here we can see 8 minus 3. So we can do the same thing. Start with our 8 in our head and 3 on your fingers. 8 minus 3. 8, 8, 8. Backwards. 7, 6, 5. So 8 minus 3 is equal to the number 5. Now if we look at these numbers, we're using the same numbers all the time, but we're just changing our order of the numbers, and we're changing the sign in the middle. So here we had a plus sign, and so our biggest number was at the end. But when we're using a minus sign, we're always going to make sure that our biggest number is, we start with our biggest number. Let's practice another one. Here we have 2 plus 6. Now, we know if we put it in our bonds, 2 and 6 make 8. So we're using our bonds of 8 again. Now, to make this a subtraction sum, we use the same numbers. But remember, when we subtract, we always start with the biggest number. So our biggest number is always our whole. And here we have 8. So 8 minus 6 and 8 minus 2. 8 minus 6. Now we can put our big number in our head and the small number on your fingers. And remember, when you are subtracting, we're counting backwards. So 8 minus 6. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So 8 minus 6 equals to 2. Now, here we have 8 minus 2. So we're going to put 8 in your head and 2 on your fingers and count backwards. 8, 7, 6. So here we know that 8 minus 2 equals to 6. And again, we can see that we're using the same three numbers all the time. So our bond remains the same. 2 and 6 makes 8. But if we have 8 minus 6, it takes 2, we have 2 left. So we're using the same three numbers, but we're changing the sign and the order of our number. We remember we're putting our big number first if we're doing subtraction. Let's try this with the bonds of 9. So we have 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6. And if we put it in our bond, we have 3 and 6, which makes 9. So now we know that this is a bond of 9. When we put this in a subtraction sum, we have 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6. So we're going to take away 6. 9 take away 6. So we're going to count backwards. 9, 9, 9, and 6 on your fingers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So 9 minus 6 equals to 3. And here we have 9 minus 3. 9, 9, 9, 3 on your fingers. 8, 7, 6. So we use the same numbers. We change the order of the numbers and we manage to get the answer. We remember when we subtract, we always start with the biggest number. If you wish to even use blocks or sticks when you're calculating the answer, you should. It will help you a lot. Let's try another bond of 9. Here we have 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5, or 4 and 5, makes 9. So we're doing a bond of 9 again. Can you guess what our subtraction sum would be? Our subtraction sentence would be? Yes, we would start with 9 minus 4 and 9 minus 5. So we will be starting with the number 9. 9, take away 4. 9 in your head, 4 on your fingers, and we're counting backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5. So 9 minus 4 equals to 5. Here we have 9 minus 5. 9 in your head, 5 on your fingers. 9, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. And that is how we solve. We use addition and subtraction together. Let's try it with you can try it on your own with bonds of 6 and 7. You can send your teacher some examples of how you did it with bonds of 6 and 7. But now, let's try it with a more difficult number. Here we have 36 minus 2. Now, we already know our bonds. So we know our whole is 6 and we have 2 over here. Which number is missing? So we have 6 and 2. 2 and which number make the number 6? If you've guessed 4, well done. Now we can use this information to help us solve this problem. 6 minus 2 equals 4. And like we did yesterday, we add our tens at the end. So 6 minus 2 equals 4. So 36 minus 2 is equal to 34. We are just adding our tens number at the end to our number that we found. We can try it again. Here we have 77 minus 5. Let's look at it in a bond form. We have our whole, which is 7. So this is a bond of 7. 5 and which number make the number 7? If you've guessed that 5 and 2 make 7, amazing! Now we can use this information to solve our problem. 7 take away 5. You can put 7 in your head, 5 on your fingers. 7 minus 5, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. So 7 minus 5 equals to 2. Now when we use this for our bigger subtraction sum, we can just add our 10 to the number. So 77 minus 5 would be 72. Try this one again. Remember, you can pause the video and try to solve the problem on your own. Here we have 88 minus 7. If we put it in the bond form, we know that our biggest number here is 8. 8 is our whole. So which two numbers, when we put it together, make the number 8? 7 and 1. So we can use this information to help us solve the biggest subtraction problem. We have 88, 8 minus 7. 8 take away 7 is equal to 1. Now we have 88 minus 7, so we can just add our tens to the number. So 88 minus 7 is going to be 81. Let's try one last one. We have 29 minus 6. If we put this in a bond, we know that our whole is going to be 9 and we have one number that is 6. So 6 and which number make 9? So 9 minus 6 equals to 3. We can use this information to help us solve the biggest subtraction problem. 9 minus 6 is 3. Now remember, we can just add our tens to our number now. So 29 minus 6 is equal to 23. And there you have it. That is how we use our number bonds to solve biggest subtraction problems. I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. But for now, Assalamu alaikum. See you tomorrow.